After my divorce, I thought I was starting fresh until my stepson moved in. At first, it felt like family again, until the silence turned strange, the smiles felt wrong, and I found a chilling letter that changed everything. What was he really hiding in my house? After the divorce, the house felt painfully quiet. The ticking clock in the hallway echoed louder than before. Empty coffee mugs lined the kitchen counter, untouched and cold. I had packed away most of my ex-husband's things, but the silence still clung to the walls. That was when I got the call. It was Michael, my stepson. He had just turned 19, and his voice trembled through the phone. He asked if he could stay for a while. Said things were rough with his mother. Without hesitation, I said yes. He arrived 2 days later, standing at my doorstep with a single duffel bag and eyes that looked older than his years. There was a scar on his left cheek I did not remember. He smiled, but it never quite reached his eyes. At first, it felt like having family again. We ate dinner together, laughed at old memories, watched late-night TV while wrapped in separate blankets on the couch. But slowly, things began to shift. Subtle things. One night, I found the bathroom mirror fogged, the shower still dripping. But I had been out all evening. Michael said he had not used it. Another time, I woke up to footsteps outside my bedroom. I thought it was him, but when I called out, no one answered. The next morning, he claimed he had been asleep. Then there was the night I came home and found all the lights off, even the porch light. Inside, Michael was sitting alone in the dark, staring at the wall. His face was pale, and he said nothing as I entered. He only looked up when I touched his shoulder and flinched like I had burned him. I began locking my bedroom door, just in case. Then one afternoon while he was out, I decided to do laundry. His laundry. I picked up his hoodie, and something heavy thudded to the floor. It was a photo frame. A picture of me and his father. Smashed. The glass cracked. My face splintered beneath the shards. Underneath the photo, I found something else. A folded note. It was written in jagged, rushed handwriting. She will never replace you, but she will pay for what she did. I stared at it, feeling the room tilt. My hands began to shake. I sat down slowly, every sound in the house suddenly louder. The hum of the refrigerator, the creak of wood settling, my own breathing, uneven and sharp. Then I heard it, the front door opening. Michael was home, and I had the note in my hand. He stepped into the kitchen. His eyes flicked from my face to the note. He did not say a word. He just smiled. But this time it was different. There was something hollow behind it, something I had never seen before. And in that moment I realized he had not come here to heal. He had come here for something else. Something I was not ready to understand. Not yet. But it was already too late. He was here. And he was not leaving. My throat tightened, but I forced a smile. I casually folded the note and tucked it under my leg. Michael set down his keys on the counter with a metallic clink that made me jump. He noticed. His head tilted slightly, eyes narrowing. Not in confusion, but calculation. "Everything okay?" he asked, voice soft. Too soft. I nodded, but my voice caught. "Yes. Just tired." He walked closer, slow and deliberate. I could smell the faint trace of cigarette smoke on his clothes. He had told me he quit. He leaned against the counter, eyes locked on mine. "You know," he said, "this place still smells like him." I said nothing. The silence stretched between us like a taut wire. I tried to change the subject. Told him I was going to make dinner. Pasta, his favorite. But he did not move. He just kept staring. Then, without warning, he said, "I saw you that night. The night you threw away his letters." I froze. He was not supposed to know. It had been months ago, long before he moved in. "I kept one," he added. My heart skipped. He reached into his jacket pocket and pulled out a crumpled envelope. I recognized it instantly, my ex-husband's handwriting. He slid it across the counter. "You should read it again," he said. Then he turned and walked out of the room. I sat there, paralyzed. The envelope was worn at the edges, but unopened. He had never read it. Neither had I. My hands trembled as I peeled it open. Inside was a single sheet of paper, smeared in one corner like it had once been wet. The words blurred as I read. If anything happens to me, watch Michael. He's not well. There are things he has not told anyone. Be careful. The room spun. I could not breathe. Suddenly, the sound of footsteps above me.
Slow.
Heavy. He was in the attic.
No.
Not the attic. My bedroom. And I was downstairs. Alone. With a letter in my hand. And the truth finally sinking in. This was not a fresh start. It was something else entirely. And I had let it through my front door. With a smile. I stood there, frozen, as the letter slipped from my fingers and drifted to the floor. Upstairs, the creaking stopped. Silence fell like a curtain. Then his voice, calm and casual. Did you read it? I could not answer. My mind raced through memories. Every uneasy glance, every unexplained sound, every moment I had dismissed as nothing. It had all been building to this. I looked toward the staircase, heart pounding like a drum in my chest. I needed to get out, but this was still my home. I would not be chased from it. Gathering every ounce of courage, I walked to the foot of the stairs. Each step upward felt heavier than the last. When I reached the top, I saw him, Michael, sitting on the edge of my bed, holding something in his hands. It was a framed photo of the three of us, me, his father, and him, before everything fell apart. He looked up, and this time his eyes were different. Wounded. Exhausted.
Real.
I just wanted to feel like I belonged again, he said, his voice cracking. I lost him. And then I lost you too. I stepped into the room slowly. Not with fear, but understanding. Michael, I whispered, I never stopped caring. But we both need help. You are hurting in ways I cannot fix alone. He did not respond, but his shoulders slumped, the weight of his pain finally showing. We sat in silence. No shouting. No accusations. Just two broken people, tangled in the wreckage of someone else's absence. Later that night, I made a call. Not to the police, but to a counselor. For him. For me. For healing. It was not the ending I expected. But maybe it was the beginning of something better. Something honest. Something safe. And in that quiet moment I realized, forgiveness does not mean forgetting. It means choosing peace over fear. And for the first time in a long time, the house finally felt like home again.